Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the best weapon recipe. Now, obviously, I feel like I make these videos a bit too long, so I'm going to be directly giving you the best recipe for a single item. This is going to be none other than the Chaos. This is a very common weapon a lot of people use, and I personally am trying to get a good one, so I'll be giving you the best recipe I have found that is going to make this weapon very, very overpowered. So first things first, as a note, you can do the two recipes. I'll show the first one, which is the basic one, which obviously is going to be more geared towards if you don't have, a stupid amount of ore that's rare. The second one will be just the most optimal one in general. Obviously, you can just only craft with like Darkrai or something, and that would be technically the best because it is the highest multiplier, but we'll be looking at the best that has stacked traits. Now, first things first, we're just going to go on over to the Forge. And I'm going to be giving away either every single Game Pass, or I'm going to be giving away 50 rerolls to a few people. And to enter into the giveaway, if you want to enter, all you got to do is comment Roblox username down below, leave a like, and hype this video, and that'll enter you into the giveaway. I would recommend I have the Dwarf Race equipped. This is just because of the 5% better Forge. That's realistically the only reason. You don't have to use this race. I'm just saying it's a tad bit beneficial. I don't think luck potions apply to forging. I'm pretty sure they don't. So first things first is I don't have the ores I will be recommending you because I sold them, but I would be recommending the Riviolite eye ore since I sold that as well, and then pretty much any filler. But the only issue with the Chaos, as you can see, is it is a 1 out of 16, and we're getting it, and it does not take a lot of ore to get it. It's, as you see, 6 ore is all we have to work with before you can get the Chaos at its highest rate. Anything more than 6 ore is going to lower the possibilities, and anything less is also going to lower it. So we're going to be trying to work with 6 ores to craft. So firstly, we want the Riviolite trait, which is 20% chance for critical. Now that is only going to be obtainable with 3 at most. And then what we're going to do is throw in 3 eye ore. So this is not going to remove or take away from this. Now, as you see, it only takes 2 eye ore to get the full percentage out of the passive. So realistically, you only need 3 Riviolite, 2 eye ore, and then you can do any filler, like you could do uranium, something like that. But for the most part, you want to work on, I would honestly do a 3rd eye ore, just because we need 3 Riviolite for that critical chance trait, and then the increase of the multiplier of the 4x from the eye ore is very good. So that'll help bring the overall multiplier up, as you can see, to 3.67. Now we're going to have a decent 86% chance to get a straight sword weapon, and a pretty good chance that it, obviously, it's not guaranteed, but then we can get the Chaos. So obviously I don't have Riviolite consistently enough to physically go out and craft it. So we'll now look at the second best recipe, which is going to be just overall stacking traits of higher ores, which obviously if you come on to this website, this will be the website linked in the description. You can come on down, we'll go to ores, scroll on down. Also, the recipe or the calculator I'm using is just on the homepage, just right here on tools. So what we can first look at is the higher ores that have traits, which is going to be Magmite, Fireite, and then obviously eye ore. So what I would recommend is not using anything higher than a 1x difference from each other. So if you're using Magmite, right, it is a 5x. I would not recommend using anything over 1x of a difference, because what happens is the multiplier that the ore gives, for example, eye ore has a 4x multiplier, right? As you saw previously, by throwing in equal parts of Riviolite, it goes down to 3.67 because Riviolite is a 3.33. Now, the issue with this is, say instead of Riviolite, I threw in something like Mushroomite, right? Now it's down to 2.4. So you can get a basic understanding of what I'm talking about. You don't want to waste the multiplier of this rare ore too much by throwing in, garbage, essentially. So the next one we'll do is, firstly, we want the full trait of eye ore. So we'll go ahead and use, I believe we only need 2. And then we want the Magmite trait, which we only need 1 for, and then the Fireite trait. But as you see, we put in 1 Fireite, the Magmite one goes down. So what we'll do, since we need 6, we'll just do these 2 together. And what you'll do is just equal parts 2, 2, and 2 of the eye ore, Magmite, Fireite. You'll get a 4.5 multiplier, and you'll have the eye ore trait, which is going to be 15% extra weapon damage minus 10% health. Then the 35% chance for an AoE explosion, which will deal 50% of the weapon's damage as an explosion, which is from the Magmite, and then a 30% chance for a burn, which is from Fireite. And then, obviously, as you can see, this is still the highest we can get, which is 86%. Now for me, I don't have any more eye ore since I used it all in a previous video. So I'll go ahead and remove that, and we'll just use specifically these ores. So I'll just go ahead and throw in equal parts of Fireite and Magmite. Now, obviously, the multiplier is going to be just a tad bit higher, 0.25 to be exact. So we still have these 2 traits. Now, obviously, there are other ores that have weapon traits, which you can check this website once again in the description. But personally for me, I don't really have too much to go off of. So we'll come in here, and it was equal parts 3 and 3. And then as you see, we have a 1 in 16 chance to get the chaos. So we'll go ahead and craft, and cross our fingers we get it. It looks like we're getting a cutlass. I believe this is a cutlass at least. Yeah, that's a cutlass. The chaos has like a bit of a hook design on the front, doesn't have this weird handle. All right, let's go again, see if we can get it. Nope. Now, obviously, if you're going purely for upfront damage, you realistically can just do Darkrai or Demonite, because you obviously don't need all of these highly optimized traits. You can just, like I said, just throw in whatever you want. Man, we're really only getting that one. Oh, shiest. I completely just botched that. I was on my other monitor and didn't realize I had to double click over and ruin that. Well, this one probably has a horrible craft rate. 75%. Yeah, that's hideous. All right, 1 Magmite. We'll just do 5 of those since I'm kind of running out. Nope, another Cutlass. Great. Well, anyways, watch this. I'm going to do 6 Darkrai. Watch this get like a really good one. Yeah, we'll just do 6 Darkrai, 6.3. Watch it get the Chaos. Nope, never mind. Just a Cutlass. Again, bro. I believe in my odds. Hold on, brother. Nah, this is garbage. Never mind. I don't believe in my odds that much. This is like a long sorter, a Gladius, or the Falchion. Well, okay, never mind. Don't do that. That's a huge waste of your mythic ore. Anyways, you get the point. Peak recipe. Obviously, if you do end up getting these cutlasses, realistically, they're not that bad. But for the most part, that is pretty much it for this video. Yeah, make sure to leave a like. It'd be much appreciated. And I will see you on the next one.